Get money, get money, get money, get money. I get money, I get money, I get money, I get. All I know is get money, get money. Baby, I love that. That's my sister's song. But now I see why she like it so much. Yeah, that's hard, Sissy Boo. I was like, yeah, that's hard. So shout out to that. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I said, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Child. It got a little better. That's all I'm going to say. It got a little better. The internet got a little better yesterday, y'all. It got a little better, child, because listen. Yeah, what I tell y'all, Nevaeh had me ready to, Nevaeh had me ready to throw in the towel. Yes, girl, you had me um, rethinking, questioning all of my life decisions. So anyway, hey, everybody. It's your girl, Shay Renee, and I want to welcome everybody back to my channel and back to a new episode. Slide. Y'all scoot up, get comfortable, hit the like button. We'll be getting into um some of today's headlines in just a minute. Okay, so shout out to that. And I deserve it, baby. Ain't nobody get me. I had to earn it, baby. Hey, tell me why I like that Clarissa Shields song. I do. I like Clarissa Shields song. Mm. She said, "Yeah, I love red." Ha! I like it, y'all. I listened to that song so many times. Mm. Truth is, that's how I know I like it. Um, yeah. So shout out to Clarissa. Shout out to that. What she say? She said a lot. She said a lot. It was a little freestyle. Y'all remember her little freestyle? Well, I don't know what's going on with the song or whatnot. Yeah, but I don't know. Think I don't know what they doing with it, child. I don't know if she finna, you know, freestyle or whatnot, but she went viral. Y'all know she was viral because she had did that interview. Shout out to Clarissa Shields and shout out to that. We'll be talking about that a little bit. So hit the like button. Y'all make sure y'all scoot up, hit the like button. Happy, what's today? Is today Thursday? I think it's Thursday. Oh, and I'm happy for that. Oh, Lord. I said, I'm gonna be so happy to see the weekend. I said, I'm just gonna be so happy to see the weekend. So anyway, Boo Stars, before we get into today's headlines, let's see here. Well, that's crazy. Hold on, y'all. Wait, let me see. I'm like a calendar. The calendar don't really be no help when you don't really. Okay, shout out to that. It's Thursday. Ja, listen, mumbo jumbo. It just is what it is. Okay, so Thursday. Today's Thursday. Shout out to that. This is the episode number 4. Yeah, number 4. Okay, we coming on around the mountain. And which I love. So shout out to that. But yes, everybody, y'all scoot up. Y'all make sure y'all get comfortable. I don't know if this gonna be a very lengthy live. I really don't know. Baby, truth is, um, I really just been doing my thing, if that makes sense. I just been going with the flow. Y'all know, it, which, you know, I'm not crazy about, because y'all know I love structure and stuff like that. But, baby, I've been going with the flow, okay? Yeah, no, yeah, truth is, okay? I'm just going with the flow. So, shout out to that. And shout out to all my pooper stars. I hope everybody is, like, doing well, you know? Um, I really hope y'all doing great, you know, blessed, feeling your best, highly favored, you know, but sometimes, you know, we don't always feel, you know, the best. I mean the absolute best. So yeah, I hope everybody is at least, you know, doing well. And I absolutely want to take time out to not only wish you well, okay, but you know, I hope things get better. Okay, so shout out to that. And let me tell you something. One thing about God, God is awesome. Okay. So I do have faith that they will, everyone. Now. So remember how I was telling y'all just recently how I be liking to put $10 in my car and go about my day because I ain't going nowhere for real. Child, tell me why. Y'all got gas up. Gas is up. And let me tell you how I know gas is up. Remember I was telling you I think it's up, but I really don't know like that. Because I don't be paying attention, you know? And so, like, yes, y'all, I realize it's up. I said, yes, yeah. Yes, baby, the gas is up, okay? Period. Because when I tell you, I put 10 the other day, I put $10 in my car, and it was still on E. I said, Lord, child. So right now it's taking 15. So you know, for it to even budge, I'm like, oh Lord. So just the update, child, on that, okay? Your girl Shay Renee is no longer uh yeah, nah, truth is I'm just no longer, not right now. Yeah, not right now. I'm no longer getting away with the $10. Yes, okay. So I thought about that. I was like, let me tell him, child, that was short. That is no longer a thing. Yeah, no. Truth is, that is no longer a thing right now. I said this just ain't gonna be a thing. But anyway, people stars, it's your girl Shay Renee, and I want to welcome y'all back to an official episode. This is episode number 4, I believe. Let's get it. So the headlines today, okay, is Clarissa Shields does an interview, okay, and you know, just invites us into her world, okay, a little bit, or whatnot. So we'll be talking about that a little bit today, okay. We'll also be talking about Blueface, you know, viral. He's still viral. It is what it is. I told y'all yesterday that child, his girlfriend, or the mother of his alleged unborn child, she had me getting ready to quit. Y'all about ready to quit content create because I was like, listen, I just, you know, I just wanted a little more from the internet. That's all. I just expected a little more, child. But it is what it is. I said, man, before I know it, Jody, I'm gonna have Jody handling some of these stories, you know. Yeah, no, truth is, because I was bored. This is what it is. I got bored with the internet. And so, child, Blueface had his girlfriend viral. And so he's still viral though today. So we'll be talking about him a little bit. We'll also be talking about Tasha K. Shout out to Tasha K. I like Tasha K. I do. I like Tasha K. We'll be talking about her today because Kaya, child, and finally, you know, I guess Tasha K's information and finally uh slid across Kaya's desk, child. So she roasted her and ghosted Tasha yesterday, which was really funny. It was really funny. And it went viral too. I don't know if it's still on my story, but if you want to and you haven't heard the actual roast, you can go to my Instagram, which is my comment section, and click on my story and you can possibly find it. Now, if it's not on my story anymore, you can also find it on Kaya's fan page. Okay, look up Kaya fan page because that's where I seen it at. Child, it was a mess. It was funny, you know what I'm saying? But it's Kaya, so it's expected, right? People be saying like, who has the most lethal, mouth in the industry? And I would say it's Kaya. I think it's Kaya, hands down. Some of these people can get with it though. Like Tia Kim. Tia Kim can get with it. She's witty enough to get with Kaya. But no, I think, you know, Kaya's first place. Everybody else gotta go argue over the number 4, or whatever. Or whatnot. But anyway, it was so funny, child. But again, I'm telling y'all where I heard it at. Now the blogs picked it up too. Like even Tasha K. Tasha K posted it on her page too, which was really funny and hilarious. I love that about Tasha. I do. Yeah, I like the fact that she don't care. She don't care. She don't care, seemingly. But we all know it's a heart in there. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. She's human. But yeah, we're gonna be getting into that today. What else is going on these internet streets? Clarissa Shields, her interview, turning over a new leaf. She done turned over a new year. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, talking about when she's having the baby, she done changed the dates again. But it is what it is. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. We'll be talking about her a little bit today. Ben the Don. We will also be talking about Ben the Don, who came up on my handy dandy nose. I said, "Go on, Ben." Y'all know I don't never talk about Ben. This might actually be my second time talking about Ben. Because I remember I talked about him recently, right? Because I did a post. I was like, "This is Ben." So I know I talked about him recently, but I don't even know what I said. But anyway, shout out to Ben because I do like I like Ben's brand. Does that make sense? I hope that's making sense. I do. I like his brand. Or whatnot. So we're gonna be talking about Ben today a little bit too. Not too much on Ben. Yeah. Not too much though. I'm talking about him. And what else is going on? Y'all hold on real quick so I make sure I don't miss a thing. I said I just don't want to miss a thing. Y'all hold on 1 second. Yeah, so that's basically it, everyone. Y'all make sure y'all get comfortable. Slide up, ride up, and hit the like button. I'm about to get into some things right now. So shout out to that. I think I pretty much got all the small talk out the way. You know, I think we basically politicked about what we need to politic about. We talked about everybody's day, everybody's mood. Oh, let me tell y'all this. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about character for a second. Yeah. Because y'all know, like, I don't know. So listen, I came across this post, right? And it was a guy, and he was saying, hold on. So I wish I would have saved it so I could have more context, you know, but because, like, yeah, at first I was like, man, do I even want to talk about this? Because, like, I don't remember everything he said word for word. But let me just say this. He was basically saying how he views people as haters. He said when people do something like grand or great or something that they proud of, and then they turn around and like say something to you, or you are like it, again, that's where it gets blurry for me. But basically, y'all, let me tell y'all what he was trying to say. He was basically saying, so like when people when good stuff happens to people around you and they end up like saying like kind of like, so what's going on with you type stuff, he said that they're haters. That's what he said. And you know, I started to jump in his comments, you know, and give my opinion on it, right? But I said, nah, I'm just gonna give my opinion. You know, I'm gonna share my opinion with my chat. You know, so shout out to that. Let me tell y'all something. I honestly think that it's listen, I think that everything is going to be case by case, and everything should be person by person. And let me tell you what I mean by that. Like when good things happen to me, I do like want to share my news, if that makes sense. I do. And like I'll take it a step further too. When good things happen for me, not only do I want to share my news, sometimes I want to share my experience with people that I care about and I love. Okay? Oh, yeah. So shout out to that. So like it made me just think about how he could be wrong. You know? Now could he be right? I'm sure. You know, I'm sure. But I don't know. I just didn't I can't say I never went through that before, but I didn't look at it like that. And that's probably because I'm the type of person where like when something good happens for me, yes, I want to get other people involved, you know? Like for instance, I was about a year or two ago, well, no. I'll take it a step further. Like a long time ago, when I had passed this test, you know, and I was so excited, and I was sharing to one of my loved ones. I'm like, I'm a, I'm excited, but I'm annoyed that it took me so long. You know, I wish I would have did this sooner. It wasn't that hard, you know. So now I want to encourage you to, you know, not put it out because it wasn't that hard. Listen, I'm the type of person, when good things are happening for me, yes, I'm excited. But I'm the type of person where like I want good things to happen for us all. You know? So I'm never looking at people around me like, well, I just did X, Y, and Z. What you doing? No, I'm never looking at people like that. I'm looking at it more so like, hey, do you still wanna do X, Y, and Z? Because like I can help you. You know, I can help you get X, Y, and Z done. Like, do you know what you know, like I just want to help you get what you want. If that makes sense. You don't have to want what I want. But yeah. Honestly, I just want to share that with my chat because people that encourage you to um chase after your dreams and you know um accomplish certain things in life are not necessarily your haters. Okay? I don't know who needs to hear that. I think they can be, but I also think that you probably have somebody that cares about you. And wants what's best for you, okay? So I think with certain stuff, it's going to be a case-by-case basis. You should know if somebody is being a hater and they looking down on you or talking down on you versus somebody that's like, just want to uplift you. You understand? Like you should be able to know the difference. Period. Anyway, let's continue, child. So now that we got that out the way, you know, because it is what it is. It ain't no different than saying, hey, you know, when I was in my 20s, I struggled with this, that, and the third. I don't want you to do that. You know, let me tell you what my experience was, and then let me give you some advice. So like yours will go better than mine. You know? Like that how the heck does that sound like somebody hating on you? You know? But again, like I said, I don't know, I can't recall me ever experiencing that like that. So I can't really speak to it. But I just wanted to speak to because you know, I am like that. I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, yes, I'm like that. I absolutely will share my good news with you. You know what I'm saying? And then by the end of the conversation, or sometime later on, be like, you know, something encouraging. You know what I'm saying? Something encouraging towards you and your situation. Now, it might not be every single time, you know, but I have done that. You know, like when good stuff happened to me, you damn right I be thinking, man, I want my family to experience this too. I want my friends to experience this too. I want my loved ones to experience this too. My associates, you know, people that I'm close with. You know, it just is what it is. It's hell. It ain't no different than if your friend go to a restaurant for her birthday and she say, I went to da 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 for my birthday. I think maybe you should try it for yours, or maybe you should try it for Valentine's, or maybe you should just try it tonight because you're looking for a good place to eat. Like, she a hater? Is she a hater? Because she experienced it and now she's recommending it. She wants you to experience it too. Like, come on. Like, that's how it sounds to me. You know? It's just what it is. That's how it sounds to me. You know? And that's weird. Like, no. Like, that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to experience X, Y, and Z, and I love the way it made me feel. You know what I'm saying? I think you should too. You know, like, that's it. Child. But anyway. Yes, y'all. So anyway, I guess I don't know why. But God placed it on my heart to want to share that message with y'all, you know? Because, yes, everybody ain't coming from no nasty, negative, hating place, you know? Some people really care about you and want what's best for you. And, like, if you don't have those type of people around you, baby, you in the wrong room, okay? Get out of there. Get out of there. Fast. Because that's another thing. You shouldn't have to be around people that question the things that you say, you know? Like, come on now. You should know automatically. You should know automatically that the people around you want what's best for you. Or like I said, you got to exit that room. You got to get out of that room. If you got to question stuff like that, you got to get out of that room. Okay? So shout out to that. I don't know who needs to hear that. But somebody jump in my comment and type exit. Okay? Period. Exit fast. At that. But anyway, let's continue. So, shout out to Clarissa Field. Who recently did an interview with the Breakfast Club. Shout out to the Breakfast Club too, who are on Netflix now, and you know, just over there trying to build up their views on their new platform, I would say. So shout out to them. I think booking Clarissa Shields was an excellent choice. So shout out to them. Clarissa got a lot going on right now. But she sat down, she did an interview, and she talked about how Papoose pays all her bills. And I said, well, finally. You know? Finally, Clarissa, because there was a time where you was telling us the stuff that Pat pay, and you didn't mention no bills. No. Truth there. You didn't mention not one bill. Okay? And so I pay attention to everything. And so I assumed that he wasn't paying no bills then. Congratulations to him paying them now. Mm-hmm. I said congratulations. I just said congratulations. Shout out to that. But anyway. And then so, but after the interview, child, there was a clip of Clarissa and Pap getting ready to get in the car with the bodyguard. And people said, hey, Papoose look mad. Now, from the video, I didn't see that. I did not notice that he looked frustrated at all. But people said he did. And, some people say it's because of what she said in that interview. I found that might have some truth to it. He is going through a divorce. No. He going through a divorce. And I think he's supposed to be playing broke right now, girl. So you didn't actually tell us that Pompoose don't need to pawn nothing no more. Is that what you're saying? Girl. It's about stabbing down interview. But I will say this. Internet. I do think that y'all didn't start putting something on Carissa ass. So shout out to that. Let's talk about it. Now, the truth is, in that same interview, Carissa was saying that she finna start being more private. Like property. She said she not finna be talking about her relationship like that. I said, well, gone, Clarissa. Or child, because the people been tired. Yep, truth is. But you couldn't tell her nothing. You couldn't tell her nothing. She too busy, if you ask me, beefing with Remy on the cool. Girl, go to hell on. You know. Now we'll say this though. They too busy beefing with each other. Remy might be doing stuff too. So shout out to her and shout out to that. Who cares? That's her husband. Hey, yeah, truth, yeah. No. But anyway, Carissa Shields goes viral for an interview she did. And she was rapping her little song. I like her song. She said, she said, she said something about your man. Your man want to take me somewhere or something like that. And then she said, cause now he with a boss, not a worker, baby. Hey, and I deserve it, baby. Ain't nobody give me shit. I had to earn it, baby. I said, God, Clarissa. Red bottom on my shoe. Yeah, I love red. So I'm here for it. I'm so here for that freestyle. I will pull up a snippet, but child, they be getting loose. Time. Let me see. Let me see. Say I'm outside in the club. I ain't never scared. Hold on, let me find this freestyle. Shout out to Carissa. I like it. I like it. I listened to it so many times. I can, I can kind of rap it with her a little bit. Let me see. I typed in Clarissa Shields freestyle. Hold on, let me mute it. Hold on real quick, y'all. That's what she said. She said, some people think I'm a killer. Hit them with a one shot to the liver. Wait, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get this. Hold on. There she goes. She say, some people say I'm a killer. Jab to the mouth, one shot to the liver. Hey. She said, her man wanna take me to dinner. I call him what's her name? I don't even remember. Ha! I know you nervous, baby. You ain't working with a boss. You hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna get this, y'all. Hold on. Y'all, I love it. She said, some people say I'm a killer. Jab to the mouth, one shot to the liver. Hey. She said, a man want to take me to dinner. I had to call him, what's her name? I don't even remember. Hey, I know you nervous, baby. I know you, what she say? I know you nervous, baby. Because you with a boss now. She's a worker, baby. Hey. And her homegirl said, brokey. Shy. I like the freestyle. I can tell y'all that right now. I like the freestyle. I've been liking it. Ugh. Ugh. So shout out to that. Hold on. Let me get this freestyle. My bad, y'all. It's long. It's longer than I thought it was. But shout out to that. I told y'all I learned a little bit. She say, yeah, I love red. So somebody turn heads. Red bottom, yeah, I love red. She gonna put both foots in your ass. Make a fist. Yeah, shout out to Carissa. I like it. How it goes? How it start out? She said, some people think I'm a killer. Jab to the mouth, one shot to the liver. I know you nervous, baby. Um, her man wanna take me on a date. I call him. I don't even remember. I know you nervous, baby. Now you with a boss. She's a worker, baby. Hey, and I deserve it, baby. Ain't nobody give me. I have to earn it, baby. Yeah, shout out to Clarissa because she did that. Yeah, now truth is, y'all want the truth? Y'all want the truth? Y'all know y'all gotta be able to handle it over with me. I like the beginning of that freestyle. Mm-hmm. So shout out to that. Yeah, no. I said shout out to that. Okay. And shout out to Clarissa Shields. We also gonna be talking about Boosie today, who got a lot going on. Shout out to Boosie. Yeah, now shout out to Boosie. Boosie got a lot going on. He got a lot on his plate. But yeah, back to Clarissa Shields. Shout out to Clarissa Shields though, who it just is what it is. Now this is another thing too. The Breakfast Club was saying that well, Clarissa Shields, she just addressed people feeling like Pap has to use her. She like, that's crazy. They treat me like I'm not nice looking and all of that. And that I agree with Clarissa. It is what it is. Shout out to her, shout out to that. No, it's not like she can't pull Papoose. Like, come on, it's Pap. You know what I'm saying? No, Tino Shade. But like, come on now. Clarissa Shields can pull a Papoose to me. But is he using the new relationship to his benefit? I would say yes, but I would say they both are. Is he getting more out of it? Maybe. I guess we could say yes, but do we really know? You know what I'm saying? People could speculate that all day, but do we really know? Hey, good morning. Shout out to you for jumping in my comments. Don't forget that the like button. But yeah. Shout out to Clarissa Shields and her boyfriend Papoose, her married boyfriend Papoose. Okay. Anyway, let's continue. So, hold on. So, Cardi B is going viral because she's on tour. We already know that. She's on tour and she got that hair stuff going on. Shout out to Cardi B. But people are kind of dragging Cardi B a little bit with the hair stuff, and I get it. It is what it is. I get it. I understand where women who look like that are coming from. Okay, it just is what it is. People feel like she's kind of like finna bamboozle the community a little bit. Allegedly, that's what people are saying. Not me. Okay, don't come for me, Miss Quarterback. Period. Ma'am, Pam. Just say what you want. Cause I didn't say that. Yeah. Now the truth is, I didn't say that. Like ha. I said that. I can stand on shit I say. I ain't say that. The community is feeling like, she probably trying to bamboozle us or whatnot. And I understand where the community is coming from 100%. I just feel like I don't know. I just feel like mixed girls' hair should never be compared to women's hair who isn't mixed. It just is what it is. Like, so like that's where it gets blurry for me. Like, I definitely understand where they're coming from. They basically saying that like she's mixed. Or whatever she is. But they saying she's not pure. Yeah, like Rick Ross said, look at me. I'm pure. mixed with black. I mix with black. Black and black. You know. Period. People say she not that. So all the women who aren't that, just if you're gonna deal with it, be, you know, they saying basically if you're gonna do it, do it at your own risk, basically. Which I understand 100%. And I'll take it a step further. Now I am saying this. I just feel like you just be, smart about where you spend your money anyway. It is what it is. Because and I feel that way regardless. Even if Cardi B was pure, like a black woman, just 100% a black woman, I still would feel that way. You know, um, you just can't. I mean, it's just, how can I put it? So it's no different than the flat tummy tea and the thing and this thing and that thing. It's no different than all of that, right? I don't know about y'all, but I never ran out and bought no black smoke. Yeah, I never did. I don't care how much it was promoted. I never spent my money on it. You understand what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's gonna take that. Period. It's just gonna take people to be smart about their funds. And I won't even say smart about it. It's just like shopping, just doing what's best for you. How about that? That's the best way to sum it up, spack it up, flip it, and rub it down. Okay? Period. Make it cute. Shout out to that. Like, just do what's best for you. Like if trying some new hair products is best for you, then that's what's best for you. You understand? That's basically the bottom line. But y'all know me, okay? Y'all know me. I like to consider myself. Now I'm not the best. Okay, period. I'm not the best. Okay, because I still, I'm like everybody else. Period. And I've been said a long time ago, I think we all spend our money on different stuff. Like I have watched people spend money, lots and lots of money on stuff that I feel like, well, you could have got with that. But they looking at me like, well, I didn't want that. This is what I wanted. Did you just not see what I spent my money? So like, we're all different. Like I learned a long time ago. People spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. Like we're just all different in that aspect. So like, yeah, do what's best for you. Now, this is the thing with me. Am I gonna try Cardi's hair products? Probably. You know what I'm saying? Probably. I'm being real. I gotta. Yeah, I gotta keep it all the way real. I might. I gotta see. Let me see some shit. Period. But I will say this: if I do though, it's not because I'm buying it to make my hair grow. It wouldn't be for that. That would just be an extra benefit. If I did do it, it's just because I'm looking for a good product, something good to put in my hair. You know what I'm saying? And if it grows it, then hey, you know what I'm saying? Like that's extra. You know what I'm saying? That's amazing. That's good. But I wouldn't buy it specifically for that. No, I wouldn't buy her product or no other hair product for that. Because I told you I don't like that type of stuff. I'm not into stuff like that. Like I don't want to be on medicine that only makes me lose weight while I'm on it. And then when I get off, I swell up. I swell back up. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, it swole, like a new BBL. I don't want that. I don't want that. I just stay right here at the weight I'm at. You know? Truth is, yeah. Shout out to me. Shout out to that. And just like do it a more natural way. If y'all know what I'm saying. Cause like, I'm just not into that old temporary stuff. I don't like that. No, truth is I don't like that. I understand how it could work for them or whatnot, but I'm not into that. I don't want nothing that's gonna make my hair grow only while I'm using it. You know? But yeah, if I was to get some of Cardi B's hair stuff, which can't get my hands on it now because she said it sold out really fast. But if I do, it would strictly be because in the you know, I'm currently in between products and stuff like that. So like I don't have a solid um product that I use for my hair. Truth is. So like, yeah, I would be willing to give her stuff a chance. Um, yeah. So shout out to that. But y'all hold on real quick. I need to put y'all on a brief hold. I'll be right back. Hold on real quick. I know you nervous, baby. Ha! Shut out to Clarissa. She was on the gas. Yeah, sister's on the gas, child, like a technician. Shout out to her. But yeah. Shout out to Cardi B too. Doing her thing with the hair stuff, okay? She got the hair stuff going. But what else is going on? What we talking about today? Truth is. So again, like I was saying, Kaya. Ooh, it's not funny, y'all. Kaya, y'all know how Kaya gets down, though. We all know how she gets down. Shout out to Kaya. Kaya got on Tasha. Tasha K from Maine to Spain. What she call her? Trash, okay? Child, that kills me. And some of these names that they be coming up with is so funny to me. I don't know who started that. But it's funny. Oh, let's talk about it. It's funny. Okay, y'all be having me laughing for real with that. What they be saying? Trash K. And child, I gotta listen. Cause Conscious TV, he one of them. He gonna come with some names, baby. He's so funny. He's so funny. Who else? I'm trying to see. I'm trying to think, y'all. Hold on. They be saying Barney B. They be saying Barney B. And yesterday, Kaya called her Bachi B. Oh, she gets on my nerves. She called her Bachi B. Oh, Kaya gets on my freaking nerves. Kaya is so fucking funny. It don't make no sense. So anyway, she was getting on Tasha K. It was so funny. And then that's another thing too, though. She be calling Tasha K Woody Woodpecker. Yeah. So she was calling her Woody and Woody this and Woody that. Child, it was funny. Talking about the IRS. They looking for that money. They looking for that money. They think Tasha didn't hit it in her poom poom. She talking about they gonna open it up. Y'all, it was funny, y'all. Oh, it was so funny. And again, Kaya definitely likes to strike channels, y'all. So I couldn't post it, but I did put it on my Instagram story. And again, Tasha K got it on her Instagram too. If everybody, it's over there on Instagram, okay? And my Instagram is my comment section. So anyway, shout out to that. Child, funny stuff. It just is what it is. Funny stuff. Child, it was hilarious. So that had happened yesterday. And also, after that too, Blueface. Like I said, Blueface is going viral too. He's still viral, child. It is what it is. To me, just trying to get on Krishan's nerves, if you ask me. But I said, go on, Krishan. Shout out to Krishan, because Krishan got a real team around her. Now, this ain't that. Shout out to Coach Calvin, too. He they ain't going for it. And I'm just so happy for her. It is what it is. I'm gone, Krishan. Gone right into to that old school Hollywood phase, okay? Of your career or your newfound fame, stardom, however you want to put it. But anyway, yeah. So Blueface is still doing what he do, though. Being viral. So he was viral because his girlfriend, I told y'all that. The day before yesterday, the girlfriend was viral. And so, after she got done, he took over. And basically then sent her out of town. People say he tired. People say he tired of her. He didn't send her out of town so he could go to Jaden's house, in peace. It just is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, nah. Truth is. Cause Carlissa ended up posting a picture from a FaceTime where he was in Jaden bed asleep. Now, let me just say this. Nevaeh and Jaden, yeah, I don't know. Them two, they might just get it on the floor. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, truth is. Cause I think that I just think it's a lot of tension, between those two. If I'm being real. And everybody keeps saying that, Krishan someone minded her business. And they thought she was gonna be the one crashing out. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Honestly, if she didn't have that good team around her, she probably would. So shout out to her. I'm so glad she do. Yeah, me, truth is, I'm one of the people that is so glad she do, child. But I take it a step further. I'm also eager to get past her fight so we could see what's really gonna happen with Krishan. And if she gonna stay on the path that she on, I'm eager to know that. I can honestly say, Krishan, a lot of your fans, girl, that's what we want for you. Okay, this is what it is. That's what we want for you. Okay, nothing but the best. And seemingly the best has been, just focused, taking care of business, not too much of this internet stuff. Nah, truth is, the internet stuff be effing up the brand. No, truth is, like Jada said, it'd be messing up the brand. And no, like we don't want that for Krishan, right? Like we want to see Krishan focused and taking care of her baby and just making the best out of this situation. It just is what it is. Not a lot of people that come from the same background as Krishan gets this opportunity. And when I say the same background, I mean like reality, TV stars and stuff like that. They just don't. Shoot. They like the song say, one day you here and then you gone. Like some of these people from reality TV, you can't even find them today for real. Lots of them. So yeah, shout out to Krishan for capitalizing off of her opportunity. But again though, back to Blueface, so he over there with his baby mama, and the kids, and so then him and Jaden started arguing a little bit. Not too much, but they was just arguing a little bit because Blueface was basically trying to check Jaden for saying that like she be doing everything on her own. He basically went over there to call Cap. It just is what it is. He called Cap on that. But Jaden was saying she don't ask for nothing. Which is probably true. I'm sure it's true. But she also revealed how she went through his phone, went through his Cash App, okay, and he was sending Nevaeh money. You know what I'm saying? So Jaden wasn't feeling that. Not at all. So she said that's how she ended up getting some money. You know. But before that, she said she wasn't asking for nothing. It is what it is. And so I guess Blueface, my common sense tells me, like she said, she got donut money. My boy. Period. It just is what it is. She got her own donut money. But I already told y'all yesterday, Jaden wants to spend Blueface money still. Yeah, now it is what it is. Like, I don't know it's like one of those things where like I was with you. It seems like it's one of those things where it's like I was with you when you didn't have nothing, and I'm not finna let these other girls, like benefit benefit off of like what should be mine, what should be ours. You know what I'm saying? As far as her and her kids go, it just is what it is. If you ask me, Jaden is she not stuck because it's a choice of hers, but like now, Jaden is riding the Blueface wheels until they fall off. No, truth is. But I do think that Jaden would be with Blueface. Who knows? If he really, really got his stuff together. But I think Blueface be on some, y'all know how he is. And I think she don't want to agree to that. Same thing with Krishan. Nobody, eventually they say they will, but then they see like, I don't know. Like this is a lot. And it's almost like Blueface get a kick out of. He act like he be messed up about it, but like now to me, he get a kick out of watching them fall off or something. But he be shocked. How you gonna be shocked that a girl fell off on that? On you messing with everybody else. I think Blueface be thinking the money. Yeah, like Deion Sanders said. I think he be thinking must be the money. Like the money is gonna keep you content until I get back from running around with Susie and Floozy. You know? Uh, uh. And I think he just finding out that like that's not gonna be the case. Blueface, that's just not gonna be the case. Um, but he ain't crazy. He ain't crazy. He human. He know what it feels like to be jealous and all of that. So that's why I'm saying it's almost like he get a kick out of, them saying that they can handle it in the beginning, but then they fall off. You know, I definitely think he's starting to get used to it. Now, Krishan, what's the word I'm looking for? Like she threw him for a loop. He even said it. He even said it. He thought Krishan loved him so much to where like she wasn't gonna fall off. He thought that. Damn fool he was. Krishan really did love him though. But eventually at some point she started putting herself first. So anyway, he was arguing with Jaden, dog. Him and Jaden was going back and forth. And this is my thing. It's entertaining, the Blueface situation is entertaining to a certain extent. Like I told y'all already, he ain't doing nothing but getting his Peter guns on. Blueface, we done seen this story before. But luckily for him, like it's entertaining. The drama of it all. Luckily for him. So, with that being said, I definitely think it's a storyline for him. And yeah, he gonna ride it until the wheels fall off too. And I take it a step further. People keep saying that like they think that a lot of his content is fake and they faking for, online and stuff. And that might be true. That definitely might be true. Cause I was finna say when Jaden and Nevaeh don't want to do it no more, he'll just find some new girls. Yeah, you know. Child, so it is what it is. Shout out to the circus and all of its acts, okay? And anyway, Nevaeh is the took a trip. Nevaeh took a trip to Miami. Um, and folks like, girl, he just wanted to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, baby. He just wanted to get rid of you. Okay. So he could do his thing in peace. And anyway, and let me just tell y'all too, before I move on from this subject, a lot of people keep saying that Nevaeh baby, okay, the one she pregnant with, might not be Blueface's for real. That's what they saying. Okay. And they also saying that like, um, he just using her for a storyline. Listen, I don't know how true it is, but I just told y'all the other day that he was being weird with that pregnancy. You know, like he didn't want it to be known at first. And I thought he was just hiding it for different reasons. Krishan is Stunner Girl. I said that. But people are saying that allegedly it's not his baby. Now this is my thing. People, how could people really know that? People not gonna really know that. The only way for people to know that is if they do a DNA test. You know, now I will say this. Some people are saying that Nevaeh's real baby daddy already tried to come out and say something, but he was like shushed away, kinda. And so again, they feel like Nevaeh and Blueface are kind of like dragging out this storyline, you know. So I don't know. It's all alleged here. Y'all know that. And I just don't know how true it is. I don't. But I will say that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It would kind of explain why everybody is so iffy about that being his baby. You know, that would explain why everybody been asking her about, like, you know, just the time frame and all of that. So anyway, y'all. Anyway, let's continue. Blueface got his little uh what's it called? He got his little baby mama drama, which is crazy too. Like, who wants that? Who wants that? I can't even believe Blueface is inviting that into his life. People talking about he wants other kids, so that's why. I don't know. It might be some truth to that. People are saying it's because he wants other kids and Jaden doesn't. And saying that, like, he wants Jaden to raise them, though. Now, that's crazy. Try, that's crazy. But this is the thing, though. I definitely think that he wants other kids, but a whole Jaden raising them, that's weird, you know. Yeah, no, that's a little weird, but it might be a little true. I'm not gonna say well, he was down to let her be in Krishan life. I know that for sure. You know, um, he talked to Jaden about that before, but I don't know. I really don't know. I wonder how many kids he want. Cause I know one thing, he didn't start it like making them. And it's crazy though, cause he could have been had a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't. He took his time. So like, why be weird about it now? Why start giving any time Dick, Susie, Sally a baby? You know, it don't make no sense. But again, in life, people always do stuff that don't make no sense. So anyway, that's that. Blueface is viral, okay? It continues And he continues to be. So anyway, shout out to that and shout out to him. Seemed like, did I see a post this morning? I might have saw a post about him this morning, child. I don't know. But anyway, let's continue. And so then, last but not least, you got the stuff with Boosie. Boosie got a lot going on right now, and it's kind of sad. I'm kind of sad for him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, truth is, like, let me see. I like Boosie. You know, I like Boosie. I always have. I like Boosie. I like his music. Um, I don't necessarily know a lot of Boosie music, but you know the songs that I do know, I like. You know what I'm saying? And now I wasn't necessarily feeling how he was. You know, I like when it comes to the whole Kodak Black thing. I'm like, Boosie, give him grace. You know what I'm saying? I understand where Boosie coming from, though. I do, 100%. Uh, One, he want Kodak to get his stuff together, but two, to me, it's even bigger than Kodak. I think it's about the youth, if that makes sense. Yeah, no, truth is, I think that Boosie is worried about the youth, you know, the generation Morant. They worried about I think he's worried about the people who looks up to Kodak, you know, and I think that like that's where he draws a line. You know, I think he's like, no, don't kids don't do what Kodak's doing. You know, it just is what it is. Younger people, this ain't the way. You know, type ish. And like I feel Boosie on that 100%. I just, you know, I'm a firm believer. It ain't what you do, it's how you do it sometimes. You know, I just don't think it was a public type of thing. You know, and I take it a step further. Boosie, you might not be the right person. You know, like for instance, if Boosie cared that much about Kodak, then to me he could have got at somebody that was around Kodak. You know, because because it's hard to explain, but like put it like this, like somebody like me, I probably can't get in touch with Kodak. You know what I'm saying? Like if I had a message for Kodak right now, I'm sure I would have to go through hell and hot water, to get it to him for real. But Boosie on the other hand, I don't. You see, like I think Boosie can make uh something like that happen. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So I think Boosie could have had a real conversation with somebody that's around Kodak on a daily basis and just, you know, tell him how he feel and ask him, if he would basically pass it on, you know, or maybe not even pass it on, just like, man, this is how I feel, you know, and maybe you could have a talk with Kodak about it. You ain't gotta tell Kodak I called you. You ain't gotta tell Kodak that it's coming from me. But maybe if you could just talk to your people, you know, type ish. It just is what it is. It was just different ways that he could have went about it. So uh I wasn't in support of his message like that. It is what it is. But for the most part, I think that Bootsy is okay now. He also rubbed me wrong with the R. Kelly stuff too, though. Um, but again, I couldn't like, I don't know, I can't explain it. But I just didn't want to throw him away because he thinks R. Kelly is innocent, or he got railroaded or whatever. Basically he has a difference in opinion or got a different opinion than I do about the R. Kelly stuff. But other than that, God bless me. Other than that, I don't have nothing too much bad to say about Boosie. And so, like, with that being said, though, shit, I kind of feel bad for him. I found myself kind of feeling bad for him right now because he been going through it a little bit. And y'all know one thing about Boosie, he gonna get online and he gonna talk. So he was online, basically talking about he got two new things going on. He was saying how he hasn't been able to get on a podcast. He said that's weird to him. You know, he was saying that like they be calling for him, which we know he ain't. We know he ain't lying. But he was saying how he think it's weird that nobody wants them on his podcast right now. Y'all don't. So he was basically saying how nobody wants him on his on their podcast right now. Okay. And that he said, "Don't nobody hold on, y'all." Okay, y'all. He was basically saying, don't nobody want him on his podcast, on their podcast right now. Like, he can't even, you know what I'm saying, buy a podcast, type ish. He said, he found that to be weird. He was saying that he don't know if that's the case for Vlad. He said, but if he can guess, if he had to guess, maybe some of these podcasters been threatened, to not have him on, type ish. Hold on real quick. So he dealing with that right now. We all know he dealing with the woman who says, what happened to her at 5 years old with Boosie, which he has been getting to be quiet about, which is good. You know what I'm saying? So it's an ongoing court case. He don't need to be online talking about that. Uh, but now he's saying he's being sued for a wrongful, the D word about a guy that, or I believe it's a man that was unalived at a video shoot. That Boosie arrived at. That Boosie attended. Now, Boosie says that it wasn't his video shoot. Okay, he said it wasn't. He said it wasn't his video shoot. It was somebody else's. And according to Boosie, he got there way after the situation happened, but he's still being sued by the family. He said he's gonna go to trial. He said he's taking it to trial. You know, it is what it is. He also said that, if the family needed anything, they could have just reached out. Um, but he also addressed the fact that, like, a lot of people keep saying that they think that a lot of this stuff has to do with Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like saying, insinuating, okay? Allegedly, people are insinuating and alleging that Kodak Black probably got something to do with all of this stuff that's going on with Boosie. He addressed it. He said he don't think it's Kodak. He said that's what people be wanting us to think, that it's Kodak. But Boosie said, nah, he don't think it's Kodak. He said he if he had to guess, hold on real quick. No, according to Boosie was saying if he had to guess, if anything, he would say that it's the people that, it's the people that Kodak worked for. And I was like, come on, Boosie. I said, now you're talking. It is what it is. Now you're talking. I feel like he got his thinking hat on. It just is what it is. Truth is. Because, like, yeah, now it makes sense. Kodak, like, no. I just, like, no. Okay? It just don't seem like his vibe for real. Like, I feel like if Kodak mad at Boosie and he want to do something to Boosie, he gonna do something different than what's being done, if that makes sense. Like, no, I agree. I do. I agree with what Boosie said. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't feel like it's Kodak. I feel like it's higher up. You understand? You gotta look a little higher up. And he was also saying that, a lot of those people, they be having so much power and so much motion that you'll never know. Like, you just literally will never know. And I'm like, man, like I said, I kind of, it is what it is. I kind of feel bad for him. I do. It's like, dang, hopefully it just don't really get just, too out of hand, for old Boosie. Because I really do hate that for him, Now, let me say, some people in the comments, they was like, man, Boosie gotta just learn to be get out line. They just say, man, you gotta keep that camera from out your face. That camera be in your face too much. And I'm starting to, I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm starting to agree with that, but like, I understand what they were saying. Yeah, no, truth is, I understand what they were saying. Cause Boosie was saying, like, he was like, have you noticed ever since I spoke on, X, Y, and Z that, certain stuff been happening? But I'm like, I'm surprised, because he speak on so much stuff, But I don't know. Maybe, just maybe that, like, this, like, this is a warning. Like, it's time for him to cool it. It's time for him to cool it. Shoot. Like I tell Carlissa all the time, start the podcast or shut up. Whatnot, because truth is, maybe, and I can't even say that, but, maybe, just maybe, if he was podcasting, he probably could get away with more stuff. Now I don't think that's 100% true. I don't. Honestly, I think he would have to go the comedian route. To get away with a lot of stuff, because they get away with, the most. Comedians do. They do. For real. Uh Kind of made me wonder if that's why Tasha K had took the route that she took. You know, I think it got some type of connections. Now I will say this: some people go into the comedian route because they feel like they're funny. You know what I'm saying? Which I was finna say. A lot of people think Boosie funny, so but I don't know. I know Boosie probably don't want to be no damn comedian, but I'm just saying, shoot, he be, what he do? I think he got his license to like marry people and stuff like that. So, come on now. Uh, in other words, if it makes sense to his brand, you know, I think he would. Uh, just add in addition to, it is what it is, but I don't know. I don't know what Boosie gonna do if he wanna continue to like just speak so freely. But I tell y'all, you can't just say you cannot say everything that comes to your mind. You can't. And Boosie been around long enough. I'm sure he knows that. And I'll take it a step further. I'm sure he doesn't. But still, some of the stuff that he was saying, evidently, obviously, he shouldn't have been saying it. It is what it is. And I mean, like, hey, And so I hate it for him, and I definitely hate he had to find out the hard way. But like, this is my thing. I don't know what Boosie thought was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he thought was gonna happen. You tripping with Trump, little homeboy? Boy, not you tripping with Trump, little partner. Boy, Kodak be as shit for Trump. It just is what it is. Like, he be coming through for Trump. That is his partner. It's like, for real, Boosie. You know what I'm saying? Just, oh, Lord, I was thinking about that last night. Like, how you gonna come for Trump partner? I mean, out of all people, like, this ain't that. He should have, I don't care what nobody say. He definitely should have left Kodak alone. It just is what it is. Like I said. Shoot. Like I said, that's Trump partner. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say that, but I will say that I just feel like, no, this is just that just wasn't the move, okay? It just was the wrong one. It is what it is. I think he had to find out the hard way that like he the wrong one. Shoot. And he thought it was baby, he thought it was okay. You know what I'm saying? He thought it was okay. Cause Kodak is, how Kodak is. But I feel like he had to find out and learn the hard way that like, no, this ain't that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. It seemed like babe, oh, babe, and I was just talking about something like this. It seemed like now. It seemed like somebody telling Boosie on the cool, they saying it without saying it. You see this one right here? Yeah, now you see this one right here? Yeah, now. I bet you gonna leave that one alone. Truth is, yeah. Nah, it just is what it is. Somebody telling Boosie, Kodak, nah, he off limits. Shit, leave him alone. Truth is, I mean, that's how I feel. Now, could I be wrong? Yeah, of course. But do I think I am, y'all? I don't. You know what I'm saying? No, truth is I don't. But yeah, Boosie, shoot, he brought it to my attention. He definitely brought it to my attention because, like, I'm like everybody else. People was like, man, what if it's Kodak? And I kind of thought about it, but I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just, how it's just like, no, mm-mm. It ain't no different than the Megan Thee Stallion and the Tory Lanez thing, Like, Megan had help, if that makes sense. Like, she had help. The courts, whoever else had to help her with that, But, like, it's nothing that, like, she did on her own. So it reminds me, man, hit the nail on it. Y'all know what it reminds me of too? It also reminds me of the baby. Remember when the baby got into it? See, the baby, if you ask me, he was being messy. He was kind of beefing with Megan Thee Stallion. No, 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 no. That's what the game guy said. They said, I mean, the game God, because it's only one God. Only one. That's it. He said, no, no, no. You know, it's just what it is. Not her. See? You see? Yeah. And he had people down here that, handle that. It just is what it is. So remember when the baby, like, now, when the baby got canceled, to me, he got canceled messing with Megan. It just is what it is. Messing with Megan. And so the people that are over Megan seemingly stepped in. Megan didn't have to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Not one thing. Like, yeah, if I had to guess, yeah, what Boosie said make a whole lot of sense. Kodak ain't gotta do shit to Boosie. He don't. Mm-mm. I feel like the people that, like, that's over him, yeah, because that's another thing too. Boosie was saying that, like, he could be, like, messing up their bag and, stuff like that. Messing up uh uh they motion, their investment, all of that. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie. It seems like there might be a little truth to it, Uh, Cause Boosie got a lot going on, allegedly, so child, but again, like I said, maybe, maybe just maybe everything gonna be okay and he'll be able to, like, take his lesson and run with it, just let this be a lesson, that, like, yeah, you gotta fall back a little bit from all of that, because you can't just say what you want to say, how you want to say, when you want to say it, for real. Especially because, like, I don't know, I can't explain it, but, like, you thought. See, what you did is you thought Kodak Black was safe. But he wasn't. And that's the thing. You don't never know. You just don't. You just don't never know. That's why, if you can, don't do it. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. You want the truth? Y'all know y'all got to be able to handle it over here with me. I was saying I didn't it was all weird. Now, I kind of understand what Boosie's saying too a little bit. A little bit. I got to go back and listen. I gotta go back and listen. But if you let Boosie tell it, Kodak Black been doing stuff to him. I don't know what he was doing for real. I really don't. I really don't. But if you let him tell it, I know he made a song. But, you know, if you let Boosie tell it, he had been ignoring Kodak. So, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Y'all know I don't really like choosing sides and stuff like that. I will give my opinion. I say whoever I think is right. I say whoever I think is wrong. But I'm definitely not, you know, I'm not getting in the middle or beefing with this one over there. Hey, I wish I would. I wish I would. Like a tree. But, yeah, nah, it's gonna be interesting to see, you know, what else happens. But like, if I had to guess, like Boosie, they just didn't found a way to get to you. You know, it is what it is. Cause I have heard Boosie talk before, you know, and he was talking like, you know, he talks like a lot of independent people do. You know, independent artists, they pop it. You know, they pop it sometimes. And so, you know, that's how Boosie was, you know, he was popping it, you know, a long time ago when I heard him speak on certain stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned in like the opera. Yes, yes indeed. Stay tuned in. Like the bass and the saxophone, the violin, all of that. Tune in. Period. And keep it right here. Okay? Cause you know, this story is still developing and we're gonna follow it. Yeah. Period. I'm gonna follow it all the way to the end. So shout out to that. And shout out to everybody who came through. It's your girl Shay Renee. I came, I saw, I conquered y'all. And I had a funky good time with y'all. Yeah, so shout out to that. I always do. Now y'all know if need be, I'll be back. I will crank an emergency live. If not, I'll see y'all tomorrow on tomorrow's episode. Bye, y'all. Don't forget, I love you all. I especially love y'all for loving me. I'll see y'all later. I'm out.